Okay, we're here at one of my all-time favorite places in the world. I think this is like the third time or so we've been here. Earlier this week you saw the car on Assess and Crest with Jay, and now we're back at Rod's picking the car up after he did some tuning and some adjustments and updates to the car, upgrades to the car. First thing you may notice right away is the Sebring exhaust. So that's very cool and opens up the noise, opens up the engine a little bit, as well as just looks fabulous. Some of you may recall our new Roadster that Rod built us, my favorite car in the collection right now, also has the Sebring exhaust. So our chairman loved it and wanted it added to this car. So a few other things if we want to check it out.
Yeah, so we originally built this car, we started building it in 2018 and then delivered it to the Audrain Concours, the Motor Week in 2019. So that engine was actually one of our earliest fuel injection engines, which is a 2.6 liter. Over the past 5-6 years, we've continued to develop the engine, our intake, kind of the whole fuel management system. So since this car was coming out to the West, kind of first time since we built it, out here for Jay's show, it was a perfect time to talk you guys into letting me get it back in the shop and just do a few updates. So as Sean said, we added the Sebring exhaust, but really it was a good opportunity to pull the engine out, and we sent it back up to Roth Sport and we added cold start. When we were building the fuel injection engines earlier, they didn't have the cold start, and so it made it a little tricky to start sometimes when it was cold.
Cold-blooded.
And they would foul plugs a little bit more or whatever. But now we've updated this to the new Gen V throttle bodies, cold start, changed our fuel system a little bit, and updated it to the current spec, and then put the engine back on the engine dyno and tuned it for the new exhaust. So it was, I think, time well spent. The car was here, and plus it gave me a chance to drive it. Now this car's broken in, it's been living on the East Coast. It was, get it back here. We had a couple of rattles, we had a couple little squeaks that we were able to take care of. I updated the speakers, put new speakers in it, and just tidied a few things up. Every 6 years, it's nice to get these cars back and do some updates.
Right.
Now I know when you guys get in this car, it's going to have so much more throttle response. It's going to start up all the time, and the exhaust just sounds amazing because it's as you know, driving the Roadster, it's just a lot throatier with the Sebring exhaust.
Well, that's the best part, and we talk about all the time about owning one of your cars, is that they just continuously improve, right? And we bring the car back for one thing, but you always add little things like, again, the pan on the bottom, right? You replace that, isn't that correct?
We did. So so this has our newest fiberglass shroud, work, and so this bottom piece that's down in here, this amber fiberglass. The reason we do this amber is it's really a throwback to all the Porsche motorsport race stuff in the 60s. Like the 911R, 906 had the amber fiberglass all the way into the 917. But this piece that was down here before was black, and it was, it was a little rougher because it was early on. It was when we were first putting this exact engine in the car. So now this has all of our new pieces. Plus, with it being that amber fiberglass, it just lightens up the engine bay a little bit.
You can almost see through it to the ground. So just really cool touches that you get when you own an Emory.
And we also put the new stainless headers on, or the headers when we did the Sebring exhaust. With 2 O2 sensors. So you just all those little details just make it so that it just, man, it's just awesome. Yeah. Look forward to driving it with you today.
Me too. Well, we maybe we can do a little sneak peek of our next car that you guys are building us.
Yeah, we'll go out in the shop. It's a little noisy out there, but last year we delivered the 911 for you guys, and also the 1960 Roadster.
Yep.
And then we finished up the Super 90. Yeah. So this next car that we're doing is, every car we've done with you guys has been something a little different.
Right.
An Outlaw Coupe, an Outlaw Roadster, a 911, and then a Preservation 356.
Car,
So this next one's pretty special and unique. Yeah. And you still got to use your imagination a little bit because, it's just components.
Right.
But, a year from now when we deliver the car, it's going to be unreal. So let's go check it out.
Can't wait. All right, so this is the chassis of the new car.
Yeah, so on our regular Outlaw cars, we use 356 style front suspension and early 911 rear suspension. So
Right.
that's what's on the Roadster and the Outlaw, the red Outlaw
Yep.
Coupe. The cars that we call an RS, we've been using the 964 chassis, so the front suspension, tunnel, and rear suspension area, which is actually what this car is here. So basically, this car is not yours, but it's one of the RSs that we're finishing up. But basically, all of this under part of the chassis is from like a 1990 to 94 964.
Yeah.
It's a great platform. We've done a bunch of cars that way. It allows all the 964 suspension to just bolt right onto it. We can do it all-wheel drive or two-wheel drive. But the 964 components, that part of the chassis, are a lot heavier, and there's a lot more going on, and it's not really necessary for making what we're calling the lightweight 356.
Yeah.
So the car that we're building for you now, the next car, is what we're calling the 356 lightweight. I wanted to use really the lightest components for a number of reasons, but also the best geometry. So what we're starting with is we have a 1964 C Coupe as the body that we're going to be using, but the under part of the chassis that I merge into it, rather than using 964, I'm using long wheelbase 911.
Right.
So I'm starting by assembling all of the chassis components from a long wheelbase 911. So the geometry of this car is like a 1969
Right.
to a 1989, 911. So that way all the front suspension is now traditional 911, and then we're using the Tractive semi-active dampers, which are amazing because they're super lightweight, but they're also adjustable. So they're a coilover, but the spindle is adjustable, so we can set the ride height in a couple of different ways, but also make sure that we maximize, for our wheels and clearance. And then they have adjustability here also for the bump steer, so it gives us all that flexibility. So regular traditional 911 front suspension and steering. Then in the back of the car, we're using long wheelbase 911 trailing arms,
Right.
and then we're taking advantage of that geometry and moving the engine and transmission forward in the car, because a 356 wheelbase is approximately 180 millimeters shorter. So, from wheel to wheel, it's 180 millimeters shorter.
Yeah.
So we're taking that long wheelbase 911 and bringing it to that dimension.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
And it moves our engine and transmission further forward than what we traditionally can do, because our trailing arms are longer. And then we shorten the engine bay by 6 inches because we're only a 4-cylinder as opposed to a 6-cylinder. So the next step in this process for me right now is that I'll be sectioning out 180 millimeters in the center.
Yep.
And then in this car, it moves the torsion housing forward, and the seats are basically gonna essentially be right up against here.
Yeah.
We're not gonna, be able to use the back seats because we're moving the engine and transmission forward. So
Correct.
it's really gonna, maximize that weight balance on the car. So then once I finish this part of it, then we merge it to the body, just like we did here on this 964 chassis car. And the other cool part about the next car we're building for you, which we're working right now with our friends at Advanced Composites, is we're doing a full carbon exterior skin for the car. And I say full, it's not full. We're using the chassis or the body of the 356, but it's a carbon nose and fenders and rockers, rear fenders and tail, and then we built aluminum hood, deck lid, and doors for the car. So we want to still retain that craftsmanship of using our metal shaping skills here to make some of the components, but we also want to lighten this thing up as much as possible. So the car is really going to be a combination of steel chassis, carbon exterior body panels, and all the removable panels are aluminum. And we should be able to get this car down in the 16 to 1,700 pound range with 280 horsepower. And
what's the weight of a traditional?
The weight of 1,950 pounds.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
And we've got some other secrets that I can't talk about right now on the engine. And I'm not 100% sure if it'll be completely tested and developed initially for this car, but I'm setting this car up for our next version of our engine. And so that I've got all the, the things that I need for it, but this is the first time I've even talked about it. And there's going to be some additions that's going to bring our engine from 260 to closer to 300 horsepower.
It's going to be incredible, and it's going to be very similar color, the aubergine.
Yeah, we're actually doing a 912 right now in aubergine.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. So it's going to be an aubergine, which is similar to what the 911 ST we just got is.
Yeah, maybe I'll show you this little 912 project we're doing.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, so it's a a lot of development going into this, but it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be cool. Is this
Ross Robinson?
Yeah, Ross. Yeah.
So
nice guy.
Yeah, so this is a 912 that we're doing. That's a short wheelbase 912, super lightweight, ST flares. We did a deck lid that is an RS deck lid, or like a ducktail, but we shortened the ducktail a little bit. So a 912 is really 2/3 of a 911, right?
Right.
It's a 4-cylinder.
It's the perfect wheelbase.
So we didn't want to use RSR flares, so they're the ST flares. The ducktail, we didn't need it full height, so we dropped it down. But everything about this thing is gonna
be killer. It's
gonna be amazing. Yeah. And then this car here. So right now we've got a number of T6s in the shop.
Oh, is that right?
So we've got a stone gray one, 2 silver ones, or a stone. We've got stone gray, 2 silver, and a slate gray T6. So I did this batch of T6s in anticipation for the lightweight car, because I wanted to get the guys on the team really dialed in and tuned into our Outlaw cars as a T6, because we haven't done a whole lot of T6s.
Yeah.
It's always been A's and B's.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be great to go from this to then right into the lightweight, which is this body style.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. I love.
So like on your next car, this will all be carbon.
Yep.
The whole tail, but the deck lid, doors, and hood are aluminum. And we're not running bumpers on the car, on your car.
So cool. I love it. All right, so why don't we go test out the new car? I'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
One of those things you'll notice with this now is with the cold start, just don't touch the throttle, just fire it right up.
Yeah.
And,
it was never we had issues. It's just, you just got to,
Yeah, you don't have to now.
This is, just much smoother. You can already immediately tell the difference
How
in noise.
smooth it is, and the noise, also, with the Sebring exhaust, we moved it up high and tight, and then we angled the tip. So going in and out of driveways and stuff is
not an issue.
You won't drag the tips like before.
Yeah.
And we went ahead and settled the suspension and set the ride height and weight balanced it, redid the alignment, just double checked everything.
If I were to put you in a car from 2018 or 19 versus a car today, and I blindfold you, would you be able to tell the difference?
Yes, just a couple little things. Our new steering rack.
Yeah.
Like the Roadster has our new one, which is a new aluminum billet rack. This has our older steel one, and I shortened up the ratio is a little bit closer ratio on the new one.
Yeah.
So steering input's a little bit faster.
This sounds so much.
The other thing is that you can hear that little bit of a whine right now, which is the fuel pump system.
Right.
So, we have a fuel tank in the front on these cars, and the fuel pump and accumulator and everything is inside the tank.
Yeah.
This is one that we were using for a number of years by Radium, and Radium's a company out of Oregon. Great components, but it's a little noisier.
Yeah.
The Roadster has our new ProTech fuel system in it, which is same type of thing. It's a bag and it drops in inside the tank, but it's much quieter.
Yeah, so
and so you don't hear that noise. So yeah, if you blindfolded me, those would be the two things.
The two right-of-ways.
Yeah, those would be the two things that.
I mean, it's. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just so good.
So much better.
So good. Not that it wasn't great before, but it's just.
It's just the throttle response is right there. The noise is right there.
Yeah, and it's not droney at all, which is huge.
Yeah, I mean the Sebring exhaust is really an open exhaust. I mean it's the Sebring exhaust was initially developed for the 4-cam engines.
Yep.
And it was on all the race cars, and basically it was pipes that came off the headers and then merged into a single pipe. And then they needed to quiet it down a little bit, so they built some little cans around it. But those cans aren't really mufflers. They're just a little enclosure that holes are drilled in the pipes. And
That's it.
so that's really what this is. It's more like a straight exhaust now.
Yeah, sounds so good. Yeah, I drove a 59 Speedster GT with a Sebring, and it was, yeah, I mean, the noise, this is incredible.
Yeah, so this car had the sport muffler on it before, and it was our older, it was a Dansk, steel sport muffler. Now we're putting a new, we had Dansk build a nice stainless muffler that we're putting on the majority of the cars.
Yeah, I saw that in the shop.
But, Nick loves this, you guys love this, the Sebring sound, and so...
The second he drove the Roadster, I knew he was going to want, and just the way it looks,
Yeah.
He was so excited about it.
So the other thing is this car still has Coney shocks.
Yep.
Which is great. They're adjustable. The Roadster has our new PEP piggyback reservoir adjustable shocks. But just figured on this, there's no reason to update everything, but we did update.
And that's the beauty of it. I mean, everything, like the little details, the speakers.
Yeah, it was fun to get it back and do a few things to it.
So good.
So there you go.
That's perfect. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I think he's gonna be more than happy with this.
Oh, I think
this will
so.
be living at the house again.
Maybe we should have put an AC in it.
AC and Sirius radio, and it'll be good.
We are adding AC to probably a third of the cars right now. So we're using that classic retrofit.
Yeah, with Mike House, yeah. How do you, is it?
It's working really good, yeah. We've got it, now we've got it dialed in. And, in the beginning, just like everything that's kind of new, it's, we had
Where do you put it? Do you hide it?
We hide it.
Yeah,
so it's
it
underneath
just comes
here.
down.
Yeah, you don't even see it. We just put 2 vents right down here, and then we just run it on full blast.
Yeah. So good.
Here, I will roll the window down for a minute so you can because that's when you really hear it.
Yeah. Yourself with how good of a product you make. When you drive, you're like, okay, this is.
I mean, I love it. And what I love is I love being able to just make things better and better and better. Yeah. And I'm the owner of the company, but I'm an owner-operator. I'm in it every day.
Right, 100%.
I'm using the product every day. I'm working with the guys every day. So it's it really is a product of me. I guess.
What's your test? What is your test car?
I have a 55.
Is it
a little silver 55 Pre-A.
Yeah.
And right now I've got the engine out of it.
Yeah.
I'm doing a little bit of work on